explosives and incendiaries, blew out one of the hangar walls on the far side of the airfield, merely blackened the tyres of a Wellington, destroyed a couple of Lysanders, but that was the only time the station was attacked. It was very fortunate.
And here we are, celebrating 75 years of Cosford with two aeroplanes that were very active here. The Chipmunk in the lead and the Bulldog in a nice close formation as they fly past. So Graham, when you're talking to your groups of people about the station, what's your favourite story?
I quite like the story about Brockton and Weston Park. They were two satellite landing grounds because the station here became really maxed out with stored aircraft. They never really got round to storing the aircraft the way they wanted to. If you look at the four large hangars behind the air traffic control tower, two of those have two long metal rails in them, and the idea was to take the wings off the aircraft and just store the fuselage stood up rather like pillars in a cathedral. But they never got to that because war took over once it was declared on the 3rd of September, and they resorted to just pushing the aircraft out as far as they could on the perimeter of the station, up to 2 miles out on some instances. They didn't have enough space for them all, so they formed the satellite landing grounds at Brockton and Weston Park. And those two particular sites were made to look like farm holdings. So they had washing strung between the hangars. They were able to park up the aircraft there with pre-prepared holes next to them, and they would drop into those holes trees in pots to create instant coppices. And we discovered that after the war, the German intelligence records never recorded Brockton or Weston Park. So it really reflects the excellent work that No. 1 Camouflage Unit did in not only protecting this station but also our satellite landing grounds. Quite an impressive feat.
Very interesting. Well, Squadron Leader Graham Lee, thank you very much indeed for sharing all your amazing memories of 75 years of Cosford. And we're celebrating that today as this anniversary year, and we're using these two very pretty red and white raspberry ripple colour scheme aircraft, the Chipmunk and the Scottish Aviation Bulldog, in the hands of Graham Rod Dean in the Bulldog and Howard Cook in the Chipmunk. And they'll shortly be breaking off from their formation to land, and the flying display proper will start in not too many minutes now with the display of the Royal Air Force Falcons. That's the three-ball parachute display team. And their man, Ligo, Graham Liggins, is here, grinning and looking immaculate as he always does in his blazer and Air Force tie, and we shall be hearing from him as the Falcons start to do their drop. Interestingly, the Falcons will not be allowed to drop unless these two aircraft that are currently flying are down and with their propellers stopped, because we're not allowed to have parachutists coming down while there are any propellers turning on the airfield. So a couple of minutes to wait yet before any of that happens. Just a moment to tell you that the filming of the air show has now started. The whole thing will be filmed and a DVD will be made. It'll be available in Blu-ray as well, 90 minutes worth of it. You can order it today from Plains TV. You can see their DVD stands around the place, one right in the centre of the display line at the front, and then a couple of others further back in the showground. You can pick them out. They've got their black colour scheme.